If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll notice that I play a very limited variety of games, but when I do, I love to fully complete them. Like 100%. The problem with Geometry Dash is that you can easily fully complete the main offline things if you put a little bit of time and effort into them. But when it comes to the online part of the game, it is a whole different story. That's why I want to talk about being able to explore more of the online side of the game easier and how it should be done to satisfy completionists.
Is that even a word?
Anyway, you see this button over here? If you've played Geometry Dash or at least the full version for even a little bit, you're probably pretty familiar with it. It lets you filter the levels you want to see. And in my opinion, I feel like we should have more filter options considering that there are now over 100 million online published levels in the game and over 40,000 rated levels in the game. Weeks before making this video, I tried to find mods for filters, but they just don't exist. I also did some research and even tried suggesting mods in the official Geode mod installer Discord server. But yeah, they just don't let you. So my hope is that this video does pretty well and reaches out to some mod developers, or maybe even RobTub himself, so we can consider adding them. The first filter I want to talk about is the untried filter. This would let you filter in levels that you haven't even tried yet before. Pretty self-explanatory, right? This only shows levels with the Get It button, like you can see right here. This is really important for star grinders, demon grinders, or even moon grinders, because if we don't feel like trying to rebeat something that we've already tried but haven't beat before, we have to put on the uncompleted filter and scroll through levels that we've already tried and don't want to play until we see the one that says Get It on it, like this. All the way until we find one. This can be kind of annoying, especially if you are a really high star rank and have tried lots of levels that you don't want to try again, or at least for the time being. This is more of a small quality of life filter for people who want to grind the game, but I feel like it would make the game a lot more enjoyable for those kinds of players. The next filter I'm going to talk about quickly because it's not much but a small quality of life one. This filter wouldn't necessarily have a name, but it would be some sort of a small button near the difficulties hard, harder, and insane. This could let you click on the button beside those difficulties and let you choose if you want to filter all hards, so 4 and 5 stars, 4 stars, or just 5 stars. This concept would work the exact same but for the harder and insane difficulties too. The last filter I'm going to talk about is actually the most important one of them all, and it would make the game a lot more fun. This would be a search by update or search by ID range filter. The reason I listed 2 names for this filter is because I'm not sure that if this would be added, if it would be possible to even search levels based on the update they came out in. Either way would work for letting you search from the update a level came out in, because I found a post on the GD forums a while ago that shows ID ranges from levels that came out in a certain update. Then you could filter on the star filter and it would show all the rated levels from that update. The only problem with this is that the IDs could be inaccurate, but that's all I could find. That's why I think having a search by update filter instead of a search by ID range filter would be a lot easier and more fun to use for the community. This filter could be used to make a lot of content for a lot of YouTubers and also satisfy completionists who want to complete all levels from a certain update, or at least all levels from that update with a specific difficulty range or length. One thing I did find though is that there's a mod called Better Info. This lets you go to certain creators, so I'll just go to one right here. So for example, Split72.
My favorite creator, by the way.
With Better Info, you can click this plus button here, and it lets you filter throughout their levels. This lets you filter their levels through their difficulty, and also many other things like the game version and ID range. The problem with this is that this only works for when you go to a creator's page and doesn't search overall levels in the game. If this was placed in advanced options for all the levels in the game, it would make it a lot easier. It would also make it more fun too. So either this could be added by Better Info or RobTop in the future, but I feel like it would be very beneficial for players. Well anyways, that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you had any questions or thoughts, be free to comment about it. I hope this wasn't too confusing to follow. It's my first time using a script for a video and also editing with DaVinci Resolve. See you next week.
Hopefully.